Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bhavna Joshi and I will be taking the subject childhood and growing up. So in this subject today we will discuss about the concept of socialization with respect to peer group. As we all know that peer groups plays a very important socializing agent. So let's study. With respect to peer group, today we will discuss about the role of friendship and gender competition in socialization. So, as we all know that friendship helps a child to develop emotionally and socially also. So, you can say to maintain a healthy psychological development, friendship is very much important. The members of this group, in whatever group a child is, the members of those group will influence person's belief and behavior. So among peers, children, learn to form relationship on their own. They at this stage when the child is at adolescent, they are out of marcation of the adult that you have to do this and you have to do that. So whenever the child is in his or her peer group, they learn to form relationship on their own. They learn to become independent. So they have the chance to discuss interests that adults may not share with the child. So with the peer group, they can share their interests. They can share whatever excites them, like clothing or music, or it could be drugs or sex also. So among peer group, the friendship, the friendship with the child is having will give him exposure to discuss the interest and what he or she feels. So next is with regard to friendship, it serves as a source of information. Child gets a lot of information from his or her friends. So they act as a source of information for them. Like for example, the other child may tell that we follow these customs, these social norms, these ideologies. Every person is having a different ideology. So when the child is in a friendship group, in a group of his or her friends, so he will come to know about the different ideology which the other peer is following. So now with respect to friendship and gender competition, they teach gender roles also. So through gender roles socialization, group members learn about sex differences also, that what is the difference between a male and a female, their social and cultural expectations, they come to know about it, the gender roles. Then they serves as a practicing venue to adulthood. So adolescent peer groups provide support as teens assimilate to adulthood. So in with regard to friendship and gender competition, major changes which include is, from the childhood to adulthood, is there is a decreased dependency on parents. There is increased feeling of self-sufficiency, that we are independent and we can do this particular work on our own. Then connecting with much larger social networks also. Then next is teach unity and collective behavior in life. So friendship in peer group, the friendship teach the child to be unite to the concept of unity. Peer group provide an influential social setting in which group norms are developed and enforced through socialization process that promote in-group similarity. Now, one more thing which the friendship peer group teaches the other person is the identity formation. When the child is in his friends group, the identity formation takes place, and it is the developmental process where where a person acquires the sense of self. So, peer group can help individual form their own identity. Next is in your syllabus, it is cooperation and conflict also in peer group. So first, it is very important to know what is cooperation in peer group. So cooperation is a universal phenomena, and cooperation for human being is both psychological as well as social necessity. Without cooperation, you will not be able to, survive in society. You need the support and cooperation of the other people also. A human being is an, dependent person. You are dependent upon on other things, whether living or non-living, for your need satisfaction. So individual as well as collective goals can only be achieved with the cooperation. Without cooperation, you will not be able to achieve individual goals also and the collective goals of the group also. So cooperation is an essential for maintenance of social order, and it is the foundation of social life also. So cooperation for human being is both psychological and social necessity. It is not that it is your individual psychological necessity, but it is the social necessity also, because we are living in a society, in a group of people, within a group of people. You need to be social and you need the cooperation of the other person also. So this is cooperation. Now, when a child is in peer group, then what is the role of cooperation? Peer relationships takes a very positive and healthy lead if the effort of growing up are drifted towards cooperating and helping, then pulling each other. See, in peer group, a child understands that it is very important. If you want a very healthy and positive relationship with everyone in the peer group, it is very important to have cooperation with each person, each peer, because instead of pulling each other down, it is, you can only survive and you can only succeed if you are cooperating and helping the other person. Then emphasis should be laid over the group activities. As a teacher, as a parent, one should organize group activities, and cooperative learning should be organized, and group games should be organized for children. Why? Only because the child should understand and come to know about the importance of working in group. So for the welfare and progress of their peer group, cooperation is very important, and this can be taught only by organizing group activities and cooperative learning. Then child should be motivated towards helping and cooperating with their peer group and teammates for developing individual competencies and achieving group goals. So as a teacher, as a parent, one should uh, motivate the child for helping and cooperating the other members, teammates, and peer group. Because by this only the group goals can be achieved. This has to be, understand by the child that one can succeed only by cooperating with each other. Now comes the conflict. In your syllabus, it is written the cooperation and conflict. Now, with regard to peer conflict, there is a positive side of peer conflict and there is a negative side of peer conflict. Now, the positive side of peer conflict is conflict arises when standard of peer group differ from the standard of the child's family. So when conflict will arise when in a peer group, a child is not accepting the views of the other person in the peer group, or in family when the child is not accepting the views and point of view of the other members of the family. So then conflict arises. So conflict leads to development and promotion of solidarity and fellow feeling where within the group of children. Conflict will lead to development and promotion of solidarity and fellow feeling. A child is able to express his views, that is important. So winning a conflict boosts the moral and increases the confidence level of the child, and it obviously acts as a very positive reinforcement for the child. Then conflict in children, certain situation leads to clearing of doubts and develops respect and love for others also. So whenever the child is in, does not approve the views of the other person in a peer group, so obviously what will happen at the end, either his or her doubts will be cleared, and when the doubts will be cleared in this conflict, there will be there will be a development of the respect and love for the other person. Then conflicting situation sparks of the real self of the child, whatever, and demonstrate their real capabilities. Whenever a person is in conflict, there could be anger also, there could be the rigidness to prove one's point also. So conflicting situation always sparks the real self which is always inside you. It sparks that real self of the child and the real capability to speak, to put the point forward, to be rigid or confident about the point. Those type of capabilities are reflected once the child is in conflicting situation, so that sparks of the real self of the child. Then conflicting situation puts pressure on the children, that and they come out of their hidden and introvert and hesitant personality. Whenever a child is in conflicting situation, as I said, the real self come out. So the hidden and introvert and hesitating personality which was there will be substituted with a confident person who is putting forward his point of view to prove that point in in that particular conflict. So that is again a very positive side of the peer conflict. Then there is a negative side of the peer conflict. Now negative side is, conflict often disrupts the logical and thinking abilities of the child. When the child is in anger, it could be that the negative side is he is not able to think logically, and he's not able to contemplate, he's not able to evaluate the things. So it could lead to social disorder, chose and confusion also. Then conflict weakens the solidity of the group among the children and weakens the emotional and social bonding. If there is, if in conflict, the conflict goes into the negative side, that means there is, a lot of anger, fight, then automatically the negative side, this will lead to the weakening of the emotional and social bond which the children share between themselves. Then conflict weakens the child's psychological being also, and this spoils the mental peace of the child also, because a lot of strife is there, so automatically the mental peace will be spoiled. Then conflict has destructive potential. Destructive potential means the word conflict in itself is is taken as a negative term, because that the word conflict creates an image of fight, anger, and disrespect. So conflict on the whole has a destructive potential. There it depends on the people who are in conflict with each other upon a specific certain point of view, that they lead that conflict to in a positive direction or in a negative direction. So this is about the peer socialization with respect to friendship, gender for competition, and conflict and cooperation. I hope you all understood this. Thank you very much.